A few weeks ago, I relapsed for what seems like the millionth time. And that's okay. And it has to be okay so long as I keep trying. So long as I keep trying. One thing that I'm eternally grateful for are the men and women who have gone before me, who have never, ever, ever given up trying to get sober and stay sober and think sober and live sober and behave sober and process life sober, no matter how many times they have slipped back into old habits, old thinking, old rituals, old belief systems, old drug or alcohol addictions. I've met people who have gotten sober and stayed sober from the moment they first decided that they were going to try and let it go. I know a few of them very intimately. I think they are a strange and beautiful rare breed. But I know a lot more people who have tried and continue to try and continue to try to get and stay sober, learning each and every time from one of their relapses what happened, what was working in their recovery from their drug of choice, be it alcohol or a drug, what wasn't working, what they can do different. I think one of the most fragile things for me is my self-esteem and my grasp on what I thought reality was and who I really thought I was and who I might currently think I am. My self-esteem really, really takes an initial blow when I fall from a behavior pattern of health, right? When I fall from a reasonable, logical, recovery-based way of living and thinking. My self-esteem has been a very fragile thing for me to acquire over the years, and I've learned a lot about why. And I've learned so much about recovery, and I've had some really good experiences. So one thing I do know, and I thoroughly believe, is that shaming myself or falling into a cycle of shame, it just reinforces the cycle of addiction. Now, this is not to say that I think it's bad that I feel annoyed about relapse, or that I feel disappointed in myself, or that I don't feel sad, or that there aren't very real, tangible consequences that are available every single time that my life and my thoughts and my behaviors and my environment and my stressors lead me back to a way of living and coping with life that ultimately never ends up working for me, which is to drink and figure out everything else after that. I know I'm a worthwhile person. I believe that. I think every time I get back up on my feet and try, it says a lot more about me than every time I end up drinking again. I have to believe that. I've been welcomed back into recovery circles with open arms every time, and this time is no different. I do have a lot of work to do. I am brushing off the emotional stress and fatigue of relapse, and I'm trying again. And so if you are like me, and this inescapable threat and doom of returning back to an old substance and lifestyle that never ever worked, if you're like me and that keeps happening to you, I just want you to keep trying and never ever give up, and know that you're good enough. And I think I'm good enough, and I think that I'm worthy, and I think I have very good things about me still. And whatever led me to relapse again, I'm exploring. I'm working with my sponsor, I'm talking to counselors, and I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep figuring it out. And for better or worse, I'm going to keep talking with you guys and processing out loud to continue to promote the idea that it's okay to be honest publicly. It's okay to share your truth with obviously with people in your inner circle, but it's okay to share your truth for whomever might see and hear. That I don't think anyone should live in shame of their story as is. Relapse is okay as long as you learn from your relapse and that you keep trying. I don't do well outside of sobriety, and I have to accept that sometimes in sobriety, my mood can do very poorly also, and that's always been a tough one for me, and I'm going to continue to explore that. But I don't do well outside of being sober and working a recovery program. I eventually self-destruct. And I know that it just doesn't work for me. And so these last few days have been a little easier because I've been back in meetings and I've been back doing the next right thing and using my tools again and giving myself a break. Yeah, that's all. So just know that I have tremendous empathy for you if you are working through tough things and combating your own behaviors and your own faulty instincts like I am mine. And I believe in us, and I have so much evidence in front of me and so many men and women in front of me who have been through what I've been through and have managed to eventually get long-term, very stable, consistent sobriety and recovery. I have so much inspiration that I know that I can be and will be that person too. That's all I wanted to say. And I miss you guys, and I miss this channel, and I miss being a healthy presence on this channel. But this is my story. I'm glad to share it. I have some interest in sharing like my new morning routines and other thoughts I'm having, but I think I'll just start with this message to people like me. Take care of yourselves.